Monkey Fresh.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another video. I'm really excited for what we got in store today. As you've seen from the title and the thumbnail, we are designing a Star Wars Episode 1 movie poster. I'm really excited about it. I think this should be really fun. I'm a huge movie fanatic myself. I even have a podcast about movies. Yeah, I'm a big movie fan, and I've never designed a movie poster before. I've always wanted to, but somehow I've never done it. So let's do it today. I'm really excited. I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. If you want to ask me live, I stream 3 days a week on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I will link that below as well. Without any further ado, let's do this. All right, guys, let's do this. I'm really excited to design this movie poster. I've never done a movie poster before, and I've always wanted to because I'm a massive movie lover. I even have a podcast about movies. It's called The Movie Jungle. You should go check it out. Find it on wherever you get your podcasts. What my concept is for these movie posters in particular, I want to do the whole series of Star Wars films, but I want to focus on just like one object that is integral, or just really, more than anything, the most recognizable object from each Star Wars film. For the first one, I'm starting with this Naboo N1 fighter. I'm gonna pick the one object, put it in the center. We'll see how I decide to do the graphic style and what the environment around it will be like. I'm thinking maybe it's flying over water and we get a nice little reflection, or maybe it's flying over sand and it's just like blurry speed motion background. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see how it comes together. The first step, however, is to select this and go in here and actually trace our spaceship, because this is not my drawing. I'm not going to be using this. I don't know who did this, but it's the best diagram I could find for a top-down view, which is what I wanted. So I'm going to go in and trace the key elements of this. I'm not going to talk to you guys for this portion because I'm going to speed it on up because it's going to take me a while to trace it perfectly. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's get this thing traced, and then we'll see where we're at after that. Yo, what's up? Look at me go. Instead of playing you royalty-free random music, I thought it'd be more fun to just sing Hamilton to you guys. So I'm going to play clips of Hamilton while I'm designing throughout this video. Enjoy. You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry. Tea, would you have? All right, so we got the outline of it traced. I'm gonna put the android, the R2D2 in at the end. The random droid that you may or may not have heard of, named R2D2. I'm gonna pop him in at the end once we get going on this a little bit further. But I really like how this is looking, and I actually like the size of it as is. I don't know if I'm even gonna change the size, the scale here. It depends when we get the title of the movie in here. We'll see. Anyways, next up, I want to shade it. I'm thinking in my mind a little bit of a gradient, a little bit of a grainy texture, really subtle. Mainly I want to get across that this thing is like very shiny and chrome-like. You know, that it's the shiny, spiky, smooth ship we all remember. So I think I might put this one. This is another kind of focused effort, and I don't want the video to be insanely long, so I think we might speed this part up as well. Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. All right, so now we've mostly got things shaded in, at least with sort of what color they will be in the end. This needs to be adjusted right here. This does not look like what it needs to look like. So I'm going to adjust this piece right here. But next up, I'm going to be adding different gradients to each shape individually. So for example, we'll go in like this shape, you know, we'll click in and like this shape right here. It'll have its own little gradient, and then this one will too. And try to pick a light source in my mind, maybe split this down the middle and get rid of this part like I said. Anyway, so we're going to go in and add some gradients. Go. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back. Soon you'll see, you'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You'll remember that I served you well. Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da. Hey guys, so Let's get right back into this. I just want to stop and say I do like the direction it's going so far. I think it's looking pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. But I did think of something. We're going to need to add some glaring blur over here. Some glowing blue is what I actually said. Some propulsion action, which will probably completely hide parts of this, but it's okay because it'll look cool. So anyways, back into fast forward mode. You say our love is draining and you can't go on. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone. And no, don't change the subject. All right, guys, another check-in real quick. Let me know if you guys don't mind the lack of me singing songs and talking to you and being a goofball. This one is just, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of time that needs to go in this one. And like I said before, I don't want the video to be crazy long. So anyways, I did find this right here. We need to do R2-D2. And so I'm going to trace the top-down view of R2 up here. And then we can put him in our ship, give him some shine. And then we can start to add our environment and then eventually play with textures and things and see what we end up with. So, so far I'm really excited and happy with how this is going. And I think the final result is going to be really sick. Without any further ado, you'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love, for your praise. And I'll love you till my dying days. When you're gone, I'll go mad. So don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. All right, guys, so that does it for the shininess and the fill for now. I think next up we're going to work on the environment a little bit. So I was thinking we could do flying over some water or flying over some sweet land, like sugarcane field. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, let's see what we can come up with. I do like the water idea because if we do the water idea, I don't know, I kind of want a reflection. And then there's some other elements as well, like the border that I want to do. We got to bring in the font and everything, the Star Wars logo. Yeah, but I really love how this is going so far. So I'm probably going to jump off camera for a second and hunt down some of those assets. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. All right, so we're looking at a motion blurred picture of water. So this is going to serve as our backdrop, and we're going to see how we get on trying to put this behind our ship and maybe have a reflection in there as well. Drag it from Photoshop into Illustrator. It's very, very tiny. I'm not super worried about that. Also, to make this easier to visualize, I'm going to put this inside of a box real quick. Create a clipping mask. Hold that. Command 7. Right click, arrange, send to back. All right, this looks not quite right at the moment, but give us a second. We'll see if we can improve things a bit. As you can see, I've already placed a reflecting ship there. I do want to blur it just a bit as well, so we get this kind of speed motion effect. Don't worry, I am also going to add the pulse things coming out of the jets so that it looks like it's actually moving. On the picture itself, I think I'm also going to apply the same Gaussian blur. One thing I do want to do while we're at it is I want this to have a border. So let's do that real quick. And then I'm going to put this one in here, give it no fill, and a nice interior outline of like 100. Yeah, let's start with 100. So this is slowly starting to look more and more like a poster. We've got our ship flying over the water. We've got a reflection of it, so clearly it's flying pretty close to the water. Also, we're looking pretty much straight down, so the reflection's not super, super visible for us. I do want to play with the colors of the water and try to blend the scene together better so that it doesn't feel like a vector image sitting on top of a random background. All right, guys, as you can see, I made some changes here. I went in and added some grain to kind of bring both pieces of the image together because the vector image wasn't matching the blurry background, the speedy blurry water we're flying over. So I went in and I added some grain, and I actually really like the look of this. I've seen people do this before, and it's something that I think can look really good if you use it correctly. And then we also added another black layer over the top of the ship just to add some more contrast, because we gave it an overlay and it added quite a bit of contrast. And then the blending mode on the reflection, I went ahead and made it normal. I think we could probably go through and kind of mess up parts of it because of the rippling water. So let's use the warp tool and see what happens. That's going to be a little big. So if we double click the warp tool, we can change it to 50 pixels. That already looks okay. I think it's not perfect, but I think it's the right idea. So let's try that again. Let's see, how's that looking? Yeah, that looks so much better. So you get a little bit of warping, rippling effect going on. So the last thing I want to do, and I probably should have done this before I did some of these other steps, but we need some jet propulsion, you guys. We need those bright blue, crazy lights right here. So I'm gonna go in and draw some jets. So let's do it. Da 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 da. All right, so this is looking really sick, you guys. This is really, really, this is what I had envisioned. I think this looks really cool. Next, it's time to add the words to this that say Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. I'll put in a little bit of movie poster paraphernalia around the edges and stuff, and we'll have ourselves the first of, who knows, maybe all 11 Star Wars movie posters. All right, you guys, here is the final product. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. This was super fun to work on, and I like how it turned out. I had some ideas for some different things for borders and stuff, but I really like how simple this ended up. Yeah, it makes me happy. I really enjoy it. So let me know what you guys think, though. I would love to see what you guys think of this design. I'll read all your comments below. But I did add a couple things to it. We added a little subtle shadow here, which helps the ship stand out up off the water. And then, of course, the Episode 1 logo and the Lucasfilm logo down there in the corner, just to give it a little bit of an official feel. But yeah, this was super fun, and I would love to do more of these. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these. We can make it happen, because I really, really enjoyed this project. So let me zoom in a little bit, give you a little bit more of a idea of what we're looking at here. You can see some of the textures up close look kind of crazy. But overall, I mean, I'm very happy with how this project turned out. So, all right, guys. So thank you so much for joining me for another video. I really enjoyed this one, and I can't wait for the next one of these. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll read everything like always. And if you want to hang out in person, I stream 3 days a week on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon if you want to know whenever I got a new video coming out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.